Hello and welcome to Roll to One. I am Jaden. I'm here with Zane. I'm here with Ross. I'm here with Jackson. I'm here with Andy. And that was in no particular order. I made this joke last time and I have no other material. Please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment of new material so that I'm not a waste of space like I feel like most days. So, without further ado, let's get ready for tonight's episode of Orbit 21.
I mean, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah,
or
that's what I'm
something?
saying.
Yeah, you okay, man?
Do we need to stop recording and have a talk?
When you shut your brain down, who you are comes out.
I feel
Like
that might
body?
be misinterpreted.
I think what comes out is roll1.com, where you can get your own Roll1 t-shirts and merchandise.
Or
Are you telling those people out there that they can buy my happiness?
Yes,
If they do that,
they absolutely can.
I will become joyful.
Yes.
It sounds right.
That is how money works.
I feel like there's
As someone in
wrong with
sales,
it.
I would expect you to know
Nothing
that.
appeals pain quite like money.
Nothing. It's really good.
wow.
It's good. It's good.
Man.
This is the internet. Welcome. The group last
Just
time.
welcome people to the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, Grandpa.
All right, Al Gore.
In a couple seconds, this TV will turn to color. Sorry. The group discussed their future plans, as Al's intentions were mystery still. They eventually reached Neptune. When they arrived, they found the ORB mysteriously untouched, while the rest of the station lie empty, suggesting a recent alien conflict, seeing the sand and limbs strewn about. Before they could process the situation, they spotted 3 men fleeing the scene. The group flew over to rescue them, but during introductions, it became clear the 2 were aliens in disguise. After dispatching the hostile aliens, you ventured into space, only to make a horrifying discovery. These beings had harvested all human life from the planet, imprisoning them with an enormous pill-like structure.
Space.
So now we find ourselves in said outer orbit and staring at the swarm fleeing the scene.
My God.
Scott
Full of
thought to himself.
stars.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
It's full of celebrities.
Full of celebrities.
So
I mean, sort of, yeah.
Not the celebrities.
Because the 3 of us are still down in the hold. It's like, you and we got everything taken care of down here.
You got it cleared up. It's good. That was the hostage.
Wait, are they saying they got the bug problem handled?
Yes.
I don't know if they're necessarily bugs entomologically, but yes.
Okay, and he opens the door for you.
Okay.
How's the citizen? Is he all right?
Bobbert lay dead.
Yes. Let's just say he lost his head.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a joke.
Echo.
Did I hear you fire at something with the cannons?
Yeah.
What were you firing at?
Apparently these creatures, or as Kane puts it, friends, they're harvesting people.
What?
There was a whole
and,
pill-looking structure just filled with people.
And Joe Thor will rush past him and go up to see it for himself.
Yes. You see what basically looks like a boat hull stretched out really long underneath an entirely reddish pink dome over top of it. Right? So it's like it's got like this sort of understructure as you see the engines at the bottom end, the green flame flying out the back. And the pill-like structure, like I said, is containing liquid and a bunch of humans inside. But now that you get a deeper look and a more focused look, you see also that there are aliens inside as well, stirring the pot, we'll say.
So they're just moving the liquid around. They're not necessarily touching or interacting with the humans,
Or they're boiling these
I mean, it
people
depends on how
alive.
long you want to stare.
Are they using a ladle?
Well, considering that we shot at them, is there any reaction from the horde?
/ retaliation.
I missed,
Retort.
so I would think not.
The back of he did miss, but the back of them sort of enters the hole, and you're only getting approximately a minute before they're just gone.
A minute.
Okay. Joe Thor will go over to the computer and he'll start recording just kind of.
It cuts to like super zoom shaky cam in the movie where it's like Jove Thor, like the little like 98 popping up there on the side, and he's like zooming in.
Yeah,
You
Joe
see-
Thor's like, oh, this is terrible.
I like it's Bigfoot.
I'm trying to get enough data so that
Somebody should help them.
one, Rupert Hayes will believe us, knowing that we're not BSing him when it says there's a threat. 1, 2, Joe Thor just needs more information. He is a scientist at heart, and he realizes he doesn't know enough, so he's trying to collect as much data as possible so he can maybe start to understand why they're collecting the humans, why
Make a perception check.
they're doing all of this.
As he zooms in with his camera.
6.
All that you
Very
see.
shaky cam.
All that you see is one of the creatures inside. Maybe there's a person sort of trying to climb up the side of the edge. They're living.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of these creatures just grabs him, throws him like a rag doll back into the slime.
Gotcha. So yeah, So no one, there aren't any aliens that are actively going, like flying
Towards
towards
you?
us.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So Joe Thor is just going to be recording, trying to get as much information, and we'll shift a little bit and record the actual portal. Just kind of see what he can.
The
And-
portal,
yeah.
like, sort of closes, disappears.
What?
As they all enter.
It's been a minute already?
Oh my gosh, what do you want to do?
I thought we were going to do something about it. Like shoot people or fly in places.
You guys good? I don't know. I'm recording. I'm trying
I
to collect.
saw
it.
that.
Metagaming. I saw him shoot him. Didn't really do much.
It didn't hit.
Oh, it didn't hit?
didn't
I
hit.
missed. Oh, okay.
I missed the pill.
Yeah, it missed. Basically, he rolled a 12.
Do you want to shoot at him again?
We can.
We'll go grab a gun.
But we have a bigger crisis on Kane's mind.
Oh.
Oh no. I know what he's about to say.
Guys, we may have something even worse.
What is it?
Then all that. What?
Am I ugly?
I knew he was going to say
I don't
God.
swing that way.
Kane.
Because the last guy, he was... I don't think he was...
It was an insect.
I'm sorry, Kane. You're
That makes it worse.
not my type.
You're bald and blue. I'm sorry women don't like you. What is the problem right now? Those aliens!
Agreed.
Kane, we can talk about your perceived attractiveness after this crisis has passed, okay?
Yes,
Perceived.
we can just shoot him like, or something.
You want to fire at him?
Joe Thor doesn't.
Okay.
I mean, I'll fire at him.
Yeah, Kane will fire at him.
Scott slides down the ladder, gets in the gun. Fire! Roll +7.
+7.
There's two guns, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're rolling as well.
18.
24.
Wow.
24 hits.
24 hits. 3d4.
I only have two.
And the only reason that the 18 doesn't
ahead.
hit is because of the creatures. Because of the creatures around it.
They're pulling a Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.
Nice.
700 damage. So you see this sort of dome. Big crack at the back end. The ship continues to move forward as you see, like almost like a DNA, they sort of helix. The swarm begins to move and extend in your direction.
Take that, you beautiful people.
Ewan, we may want to get out of here because I doubt that they're going to be friendly.
Sure. Did roll an evasive maneuvers last.
You're taking evasive maneuvers.
Episode.
Yes, what do
Yeah.
you... So go ahead and roll a piloting check.
Give us like, what, +5 to piloting?
Yes.
Evasive maneuvers?
I have a +9.
Yeah, now you have a +14.
Cool. +14 is great. That's 23.
You see as this collective swarm
I pilot good.
fly in your direction.
Yeah, you do.
Now, in the midst of these creatures, I just want to sort of describe a little bit of kind of what you're seeing. You're seeing these larger, more aggressive versions of these takers. They're nearly a foot taller, strictly, you remember seeing these creatures. They're second to the Primarchs in like all respects, except these things are massive. They're big boys, and they are like basically ships as they're like psychically flying in your direction. And the little takers and some of the failures are riding as well on these alphas, essentially flying in your direction. So as they fly at you, you weave, dodge, pull, and maybe you slam into a couple of them as they sort of disperse in space and then psychically reconnect, but continue to fly after you. Where are you going?
I would think back to Neptune so we can see what we can gather there.
Okay, you go back to Neptune and you enter the gas. As you see, as you fly in towards the gas, the creatures stop on the outskirts.
Either there's something here, or that's harmful to them.
Or we're not a big enough problem for them at the moment. They may just want to chase us off so that we don't attack that pill thing.
You probably only want to take the beautiful people.
It's likely.
Yes, and that.
That's why they didn't take you.
When?
Either way, it's better that they have stopped chasing us.
We hope.
We should see if the cities on Neptune have been taken or not.
On a different note, what gas makes up Neptune? Is it like it's primarily one type of gas?
I'm almost pretty sure it's nitrogen,
Okay.
Sounds right.
but I can look.
Okay. I just don't know if that is useful information.
It's not hydrogen.
It is hydrogen.
It is?
I'm lying. It's hydrogen and helium.
Okay. Is it
And it's
H2?
also
Can we-
significant amounts of methane, which is what makes it blue.
Okay, there we go.
This is outside of the game, but if we wanted to just light the atmosphere on fire.
We're in the atmosphere.
No, I'm just saying, hypothetically.
We might do that when we leave.
No, we're not going to do that when we leave.
Just throw
It was-
Molotov cocktail at the cargo hold.
Something like
Not
that. Okay.
work like that.
Okay. So they stopped chasing us. We're in the atmosphere.
Yeah, as you guys get closer and closer to the central core, that gas sort of not dissipates, but it becomes easier to deal with. Mm-hmm. And it's icy and it sort of freezes at the center, which is why these creatures were maybe down there. But as of right here, they're not willing to enter.
Okay. All right. Ewan, take us to, I guess, one of the cities, either the floating one or the one underneath the water. May as well, since we're up here, may as well go to at least do a flyby of the floating city, see
See what we see.
see what we
got
see.
it. Give me a roll for that, or
See what we see on the sea.
I want you to roll a perception check, or whoever's going to head that. Go ahead. You can roll with advantage as the crew all
Nah.
looks out the window.
Not Jovthor. Jovthor should never perceive anything.
He's bad.
He's smart, but he's dumb.
I see.
I'm good at perceiving things. I am very good at perceiving things. 26. Bless you.
Thanks.
26 or 22.
Okay. You look out and you see this city. You see these massive bridges that connect to the nearby ice. And they are empty. Or I guess covered, but none of the vehicles are moving. And the city itself seems largely still. It is, of course, frozen. Blue.
Lifeless.
Indeed.
You're blue.
You see the occasional,
Lifeless.
what looks like cracked, sort of like pill pods that are of the same color as the other ones.
As big?
Yeah, but from here you can't see what's inside them. You're gonna have to get closer.
All right.
Well, it's more of that thing.
Yeah. Ewan, take us closer. I need to take a look at one of those pill pods.
You sure you wanna?
I think we need to, because we need to see what they're doing, and I think I have an idea on what they may be used for, and I need to test my theory.
Okay, but if you get eaten, that's on you.
I was already almost eaten once. I think I can survive a second one.
Sure.
Never again. Goodbye, T-Word C.
All right. So you fly down the ship or to the city. You land in the middle of an empty city street. It is a very metropolis style city, very clean, very pristine, but very cold. And you see cars, empty cars everywhere.
Damage?
No, more like everyone stopped, and then the scenario happened.
Mind shock. Okay, so we're gonna land. Joe Thor will get out.
Before we land,
Yep.
can we scan for like heat signatures and life forms?
Do we have the stuff to do that?
I would just
I feel
say
like the ship would.
Sure.
it's empty.
Okay.
Like the city is void.
Okay.
Of-
There's nothing hiding.
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
And even with your sensors, you're not getting anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
You can feel confident to know that you're not going to be sneaking up on.
Well, you feel confident.
Is there a medical center in the city?
Is there?
Yeah, you see. I mean,
Or at least a pharmacy.
there's a pharmacy for sure.
I'm thinking more along the lines of equipment.
Big.
Yeah. Raid the city or pillage the city.
You're trying to raid the city for what?
Nope. Loot. I'm trying to find something to analyze the goop in our cargo hold.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Sure, you find a facility capable of such things. It is a surgery type room that has vials and things nearby.
Before we get to that, did you want to like look at the?
Yeah, I assume we're gonna separate. At least go off into.
I was just picking where we landed before
Yeah,
we
okay.
got out.
Yeah.
You find a location that is basically a. It's like a Ripper dock from Cyberpunk, but add a lot of drugs and like beakers everywhere, and that's what you find.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
What is this place? Future Mexico?
Joe Thor will get
Not
out.
if America has anything to say about it.
Joe Thor will get out of the ship and he's going to go over to one of these pods, pill pod things, and he's just gonna get out his data pad
Yep.
and do
You're
identify.
gonna say start
Do
scanning.
you want to
Well, I
find?
start scanning like
Do you want
identify.
to find one that's cracked like an egg with the yolk everywhere, or do you want to find one that's intact?
One of both.
All right, so it's easy enough to find one that's cracked.
Right.
And with an entity nearby. Inside the thing used to be what looked like a person, but this person is extremely pink,
Like sunburn pink.
like
Like-
boil pink. Like
Okay.
their body is covered in this like sort of pink coloration.
Okay.
It's like it ate 1,000,000 carrots. Instead of making them orange, it made them pink.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they have like little stubs beginning to form on their ribs. But you need to make a medicine check to determine anything else.
Right. And that's wisdom. Why are all my rolls today?
No, it's intelligence. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is that your intelligence?
19.
19. It looks like the beginning stages of some sort of transformation.
Gotcha. Whew. All right. Gotcha. And then Joe Thor is gonna take out it's like a small metal or glass vial, and he's gonna gather some of the goop from that, and for when we go,
It's
back.
viscous and slimy, and as you pull it, it almost seems to resist you until the back half, as you peel it off the ground, snaps into your
Okay.
hand.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then he's gonna go and kind of just look at their systems, like look at the engines, just kind of see like what powers it, like how they work, just
Like pill thing? you're
Yeah.
talking about? Yeah, yeah. I mean, it just seems to be like little I mean, it's typical.
Yeah,
It's
so,
typical
no-
plasma type technology that
Right.
allows it to hover and all the.
Nothing that sticks out to Jovthor beyond this is an engine for propulsion.
Yeah, nothing seems like extremely advanced. In fact, it might be, at least without you rolling your sort of passive technology, you
Right.
might even consider it rudimentary,
Okay.
not super advanced.
My dear
Okay.
Watson.
Elementary is the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Rudimentary is right.
So that will intrigue Jovthor, and he will just at the glance that will intrigue him. He will go take a more in-depth look at it.
Okay. You looking for one that's intact?
Yes. Yeah. Now that I've
You
kind
need
of
to
got
make a survival check.
survival check.
Are you with him?
Sure. I assume I also need to make
I'll go
a
with
survival.
Yours is with advantage.
Yes. I needed the advantage.
All I'm gonna say is, for future campaigns, my character is going to have wisdom because
He's so wise.
Jovthor having no wisdom in this campaign has made my life so difficult.
Don't forget charisma.
It's made
Yes, charisma. Yeah,
18.
18. He's able to
Five.
he's able to bring you to one that seems mostly intact.
Okay,
Done it.
and
You
yeah,
make a medicine check.
And we're all in the room here.
It depends
No.
on if you want to be together or not.
I mean, this is that Ripper room.
No, this is the he's
No.
outside
He's
looking
outside.
he's outside looking at pill pots.
Okay.
You and I
Can
are
I
there,
can
right?
I have brought Kane to the Ripper room, and then I'm going to leave Echo on board, and I'm going to bring the head of one of the dead
Okay.
monsters,
Mhm.
as well as the head of Bobbert.
Yep.
I'm going to try to fuse them together.
What is happening?
For comparison.
You have those things.
Yes. I'm going to bring them to
The Ripper Station.
The-
I am
Station.
Bob the Necromancer.
So while you two are outside looking at these pods are I should have described them maybe better, but they're about 6 foot long. And they're basically, if you could picture a pill out from that length, that's kind of the vibe.
Okay.
Right? And they're clear, and inside contains this nasty liquid that's very sticky now that you touched it. And they do have propulsion devices attached to them. Now, when you find one that's mostly intact, you manage to make a medicine check. What did you roll?
Like another medicine check.
Yeah, you're going to have to make a medicine against this one.
Another.
14.
Oh, damn. Intelligence helps.
This one is farther in its process, but it seems to have failed technologically.
Okay.
In the midst of that, you see there is indeed 4 arms on this person.
Okay.
You see that their gums have attached to their lips, and massive teeth have begun to grow.
Okay.
They also, where their hair used to be, are beginning to form purple carapace along the forehead and into the back of the spine,
Interesting. Okay.
like towards the spine.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess I don't need to go.
Yeah.
No. You need to do what you're going to do.
You're not
Okay.
word it there. Not there.
There's more things to be discovered.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Jovthor is he's gonna take all that in, just kind of make notes in his data pad, just for him to remember and all that, just as scientists do. And then he's also gonna scan the pod, the intact pod, and identify and just see is there anything else that he is missing from the pod.
You mean use identify?
Yeah. Or yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so these pods, when properly filled with enough energy, specifically nuclear energy, they are able to transform a human being into one of these creatures.
Okay. That's why I assumed. I just wanted to see if there was anything in addition. Beyond. That's why I specifically cast it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's all I
You
need
are
to
in
do.
a
with
Ripper
my-
room.
We're in the Ripper room.
You are in an underground space filled with needles, mechanics, and beakers.
And more than one head.
Yes.
Is there an obvious place in the room to set one or both of these heads up for analysis?
You put one where like a leg brace is. You kind of turn it, and then you put the neck, and you like tighten it so the head is sitting there, and then you put the other one in, so it's kind of hanging out the bottom. Where you sort of just have 2 heads where these leg braces would be, but you sort of turned them, and so now that you just have head neck stocks wrapped by these sort of clamps that are
Beautiful.
holding the heads.
Beautiful.
I'm also interested in what your plan is.
I don't know what Scott's gonna do, but it's gonna be awesome.
I mean, I was just gonna. I want to see what these guys are made of, and how they compare to the human DNA.
All right, so go ahead and give me medicine check
It's a medicine check if I've ever heard one.
for sure. I'd like to compare and contrast two objects.
Also, I'm getting a like Dark Side Warrior vibe from all of this, like in DC. No, and Dark Side
Nothing.
goes, and when he invades a planet, he takes the human population, takes them back to Apocalypse, turns them into his
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
into
Yeah,
his
yeah.
warrior. Okay,
Parademons.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't remember.
Do you
that.
have a good medicine check?
History repeats itself.
I was thinking
There was
like
nothing new under the sun.
I was thinking like the Phineas and Ferb or Dr.
3?
Doofenshmirtz with the Halloween special they
you
did where
wanna
he
do
touches
it
them,
too?
they become
Oh.
another Dr.
So what'd you roll, Scott?
I'll help you.
I mean, I don't need advantage. I'm hoping for.
Are you adding wisdom? Add intelligence instead.
at intelligence?
Yeah.
Intelligence. Well, 19.
Yeah, 19's great.
Okay.
It's better than what he rolled.
Yeah.
So you look at one head, and you look at the other head. One of these heads
It's not like the
is
other.
a human head and has been removed from a man who was mauled by a monster.
Naturally.
The other head
Mostly there.
is what's special. The other head was removed from the monster. So this monster, I'm not trying to be silly.
No,
I'm just-
I'm waiting.
this monster definitely used to be a human being. As you see the nose cartilage pull back against where the muscle had formed. And so you almost see these like nostril slits that have been folded so tightly over this newly formed skull. Skin is pink, it's hard, it's gross. And this carapace, this thing on top of its head, Scott, that used to be hair. Hair that is hardened like your fingernails to become this nasty carapace. Right? Hair would grow on the back, on the head, on the tail to form these spikes. These fingernails are nasty and hard similarly, right? But what you recognize about this creature is that somewhere along the process, it definitely didn't complete. Like this creature is completed its transformation, but this transformation is headed towards something else. And it's not a failure, but it's definitely it's taken to the transformation.
So it's like a stage 1.
It's if the first would be like a failure, well this is a taker, right? It's taken to the transformation. Stage 1.
Okay.
Stage 1.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Okay.
Yet they also take people, and that's the whole thing.
Oh yeah. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. Oh yeah, horrible. But anyway, yeah. So this is stage 1. This is a stage 1 type creature. A stage 1 creature has 97 hit points.
Good medicine checking.
Thank you. That's a good. Yeah. I
Got
got
other hit points.
That's true. We write that
I'm
down.
looking for a visual.
I mean, you guys know it's a. If you're looking for a visual, it's not in there.
Yep, I discovered that.
Just
So
let your mind do the work.
obviously, Kane's there with me. Did you see any of these creatures in your visions of your friends?
Oh yeah, they're in the same place.
And you just now are mentioning this?
Well, it didn't come up.
Is there anything else you saw while you were there?
Well, there's the big ones.
Big ones?
Yeah, the alphas. And then, do I remember?
No, you have very little recollection, if anything, of the Primarch.
He's one of those guys you forget when you look away. Gotcha.
And there was the
Yep.
failures.
They have discognition.
And then,
The silence.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I've only recently learned that I'm ugly.
Kane.
I'm going to get on the radio. Joe Thor, Ewan,
Yep. Come in.
we've learned that these creatures used to be people.
We have determined that too, and we see roughly how that happens. That big red pod that we saw, it looks like whatever the goo is that is within is powered by nuclear energy and is an incubator to transition. So, what we are fighting are humans, or at least what used to be.
I have a suspicion that this is not even their final form.
Interesting. I would not be too surprised, but all right, considering the big ones that we saw up in space, that would make sense. Just the question becomes, was that their final form, or how many final forms are there? And what was that big maw that we saw in the intergap?
Well, Kane has mentioned that he has seen these back in his disappearances.
What?
Just the one time.
And when you originally got your powers.
And we're just now learning this.
Were they? Maybe. Can't remember.
All right.
You know,
Well-
Kane, keeping secrets is an ugly quality.
Is one a Cray there?
Yeah.
He's just in the back.
Just in the comms.
Who's the hype man?
Thanks, Dad.
No, he's on the
All
ship.
right.
Just heard it over comms.
All right. Well, guys, I think what we need to do is raid for whatever supplies you can. If you see any pharmacies or anything, get any healing potions or supplies or anything, and we need to probably head back to the ORB because we need to, one, transfer all this data and talk with Rupert Hayes so that he can start getting whatever armies the galaxy can put together ready. And then we also need to make contact with ORB 21 on Pluto so that we can hopefully intergap there, because if not, I'm afraid if we take the long way, it will be too late by the time we get there, because it will be at least a month of travel.
Here, give me the book real quick.
Lore question.
Mm-hmm.
How has Neptune's atmosphere not caught on fire yet?
Because it has not.
Space firefighters.
As in, will there be anything preventing us from setting it on fire?
No, we are not going to.
I don't think there's any. If there's no oxygen,
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Didn't
How
think
are
about
there
that.
people if there's not oxygen?
Domed cities, just
yeah,
like
I would
Mars.
assume.
But there's an underwater city. Is it domed too? Or is it...
Yeah.
I would assume.
Well, you know,
Just gonna go out on a limb
fish
here.
You're a
exist.
Star Wars fan. What does the Gungan city look like?
What does the Mon Calamari cities look like?
Awesome.
Underwater.
They breathe water.
exactly.
No, they breathe
Exactly.
oxygen. They
That's
just
what
have
it is.
gills. Yep.
It's called a collector vat.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait for this incredibly slow camera.
And the
I don't
Gungans are
know where I'm
amphibians.
looking.
Yeah, go to the left. Go to the left.
Oh my.
Lower.
Oh, look down.
Lower.
Yep, that's your head.
Lower.
I cannot even.
That's you.
I'm
That's
having
you.
so much.
Just go left.
There,
Zane,
up.
show the
Yep.
people. Show the people.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry.
There we
That
go.
was-
Zoom in.
Enhance.
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 That's a nice hand, Jaden.
I'm covering a lot of things. But that's the collector vats.
What? You don't trust us.
No, just Ross.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's all. I'm just. You know. I'm using the lore from the book. It's cool. It's a good book.
just because I take notes doesn't mean.
Hey, I listen to it. I can watch it too.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
massive collector. The collector ships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, yeah, we need to loot as much as we can, get health supplies, get money and get supplies so I can build stuff, because I feel like we're gonna need a lot of upgrades.
Let's build guns.
Can we build it?
We should look for a
Yes, we can.
place to upgrade our ship.
Is there an armory?
So I've given you an empty city, and for the sake of plot, it's an empty city. For the sake of give your players a sandbox and they will find a way to break it, we can determine between now and the next time we record
That it's an empty
that
city?
you found some stuff and you took some time to upgrade your ship and it was super cool.
And we'll pick up there next.
And that's where we'll be.
Okay.
How's that?
I'll make a note.
Perfect.
Sure.
Because we could spend the next hour and a half
Just looting.
going through things in the book and being like, well, you could buy this and buy this, and that would be really, really fun for us.
No.
But for the people who pay so much money to like and subscribe, wait, it's free? They can like
Oh
and
my
subscribe
gosh.
for free?
Yeah.
That doesn't
Wait.
like,
How's that
Then
business
wh-
model work?
What am I spending the $100 on each month?
you're not.
Oh.
It's free.
That's rent, Ross.
Rent's more than that.
101.
But stuff on roll21.com, that's definitely less than $100 per month.
Oh, yeah.
That's like buy a t-shirt.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or dice
Or you
trays.
could spend more than $100 on multiple items at the same time.
You get free shipping at that point?
If you have a gambling
Probably.
addiction and it's crippling, take a gamble if I'll write a secret note in your package.
Ooh.
And I will write to you.
A secret love note.
I will profess my love.
True, he does it every time we meet.
What?
Jane's just a lover.
Not a
I
fighter.
Officially,
You guys get letters from Jaden?
I've read everybody letters. Where have you been?
You don't get them?
Apparently I'm new still. I don't know.
I'm kidding. We got him for a second. He was kind of FOMO. That was weird.
You guys got letters?
Yes, A, B, C, D,
E.
E,
That's
F,
numbers.
F in the chat. All right, here we go. So we are on an empty planet, and you've spent time finding things.
Is it
was
worth
cool.
going, just meta, is it worth going to the underwater city?
I mean, I think it's fun, but it's probably not plot relevant anymore.
Okay.
All right.
Back into it.
Yeah. So, ORB.
It's likely that this also happened to the underwater city.
I don't know. I know you would think so, but with the extra protection and extra,
You mean just water?
yeah,
Well, apparently oxygen too.
The interdimensional phasing beings?
I would say there's a decent chance that it was more difficult to get to, but considering the lack of damage in this city, my guess is that these aliens use their psychic powers to either stun or immobilize the whole city, and were for some reason unable to do that down by the ORB. I don't know if it was necessarily because of the ORB, because the ORB was surprisingly untouched. So,
They may have left it like that.
but why would they?
Lure people in.
Or maybe they need it for the communication.
Take
True.
video of the city as well, being empty, in the pods,
Right.
in the medical readouts.
Here's a fun detail. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you film. I like using film as like a reason to roll dice.
I like it.
He pulls out his camcorder.
Which is his eye.
AKA my eyes.
Can't.
Okay, Mr. Potato Head.
Jeez. Someone else want to do it?
Nope, your camcorder said 4, right?
No. Worse. What is that?
Plus intelligence.
Dose.
Plus intelligence.
Are you proficient in investigation?
No.
So then just plus intelligence modifier.
Damn. Yeah.
So
What's that, 5?
4, 5?
5.
5? Okay, yes, cool. You filmed it. You filmed the city, and it was cinematic AF. But that's it.
Yeah.
It's a nice empty city there.
All right.
This isn't working. Delete.
No, don't delete. VHS.
All right. All right. So, Kane, that's a good point. They didn't touch the ORB and here, and they were trying to be sneaky about getting to the ORB, or into ORB 1. We don't know why they're necessarily going into the power area, but it seems like they need power. I don't know how they're powering these portals or how they're getting into and out of the intergap.
I believe it helps them with their travel. Perhaps the same way that they would have activated the self-destruct on the freighter, they also
To
activated
absorb.
the self-destruct at the ORB station.
Possibly, yeah. They could. That's probably what they may have been what they were planning on doing.
But it's still standing.
Yeah.
No, the towers are. The station itself is obliterated.
What? No. I think it was everything around the Orby.
Yeah, the actual orb
The ORB was untouched.
here on Neptune.
Everything around Neptune was terrible. It was broken. And,
Wait, what?
but everything like around on that station was destroyed. But
like the
the
city
ORB
stuff?
itself was left untouched.
Oh.
So the fort safe,
Hangars, bays, and the runway, all the gates and such. That stuff was all destroyed.
all the supporting city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the communication building and the
Well,
portal.
The building's what I wanted to investigate in the first place.
Yeah.
Let's go do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
That is very much available to us.
Right. All right. We need the communications array there. So,
Engage.
Ewan, take us down.
You guys
we were
fly
all ready.
to the ORB
We fly.
and land outside.
I want to fly like
You approach it. It is a similar structure to those that I have described before. A very large industrial building with a massive field goal post on top of it, because that's basically what the ORB structures look like. Or the gateways. But there's of course giant satellite dishes as well that point in various directions to connect to the larger radio frequencies that enable people to instantaneously travel across time space. So,
I just can't believe I couldn't film that stuff.
oh no, you
Yeah,
filmed
you
it.
filmed it.
It was cinematic AF.
It was great.
Like the heads in the shop and the
Yeah,
pods.
you filmed it.
Yeah. It
It's
just
useless.
It just
It's useless in terms of discovering things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to film evidence for Rupert Hayes.
Oh,
Yeah.
you definitely.
You have the
I mean, you would have.
I can't stop you from doing that.
we just
Okay.
yeah, we
You would
just,
have had it.
I thought you were like this. You filmed it. It's cinematic, but it's not compelling at all.
no.
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 I was like,
no. Well, we just
that would
said
be a
it-
persuasion. Being compelling is a goal. That's fine. But I'm saying in terms of
additional information.
you might have learned something based on like in the same way that if you
Gotcha.
film a ghost, you see the ghost, but you don't see it with
Sure.
your eyes. It's the same kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
At least it would have been.
No, you're good, but you didn't.
Not explain my intentions, so it was
Yeah.
What?
cross.
Want to stay in your marriage? Explain your intentions.
Whoa. Or don't,
That's
depending on the kind of person you are.
I mean, I guess if you're a horrible psychopath, then stick in that marriage. Yeah.
Communication
In that
is
case-
key.
They need to get out.
Wow, that's horrifying.
Who's this advice for?
Moving on.
So, okay. You are outside the ORB. What in particular are you looking for?
Jove Thor is
I guess a
one
way
to come
in.
here with the intention of contacting Rupert Hayes with all the video and all of the different readings and everything.
You're all wearing your spacesuits and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just to
Scott just has a fishbowl.
make him understand that he needs to get the ball rolling for the safety of the galaxy, and then also to set up see if they can get everything set up to have an intergap tunnel between
Yes,
Neptune
communications and all
Yeah.
those dealios.
Yeah.
Great. Go ahead and make an investigation check to look around for those things.
And I want to see what the status of the solar system is.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
28.
Okay.
Nice.
28. You find the communications array. It's a large computer with multiple screens, and each one of these screens has on it basically a number of locations, whether it be, I think it's really just all the planets
And all the different ORBs.
and all the different ORBs. There's a couple of moons that have them as well. It's anything that has a sustainable atmosphere containing enough oxygen or hydrogen to basically allow for this type of thing. There's a sort of chemical reaction that has to occur that enables the freaking rip into time space, and only certain locations have those capabilities. So you're able to see the connected and online satellites.
So everything is still powered. Like in addition to the building not being destroyed,
Yep.
it still has
Everything
power.
still is powered on online.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you weren't using a flashlight to navigate.
Gotcha. Cool. And we don't find anyone hiding in the building. Like everyone was taken or killed. Okay, just making sure. All right. So Jofthor will go over to the communications and we'll start setting up a communication to Earth.
Okay. You start typing in the coordinates and reaching out to the right people and getting those things online.
EAR.
You eventually get asked for a passphrase and some of those things, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, so Scott, you did roll an investigation check. What did you roll?
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You were looking in particular for...
I wanted to see what the status of the solar system was.
Yes.
If any other planets have been attacked like this, what the communications are between the different militaries.
So while he's reaching out more directly, you use the communications array right next to him, one of the computer screens, and you just open it. You just see what's going on, what's being played. And the farther out you go from the center of the solar system, the less communication you're receiving. Pluto, not a whole lot you're hearing from. Neptune, not a whole lot you're hearing.
We're on Neptune.
I understand.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Saturn, not a whole lot you're hearing.
Uranus.
Not a whole lot.
I think you
I
just
tried to say
wanted
it
to say
the mature way too.
Basically, you get to like Nimbus, that stuff's still online. And then out of that, it's like,
So Jofthor still has a home. For now.
maybe.
I don't know. There was a spider guy there already.
That's true.
Little scout.
Little scout. That was his rapper name.
You might be homeless.
Little scout. That's gross. All right, so
Okay.
you're just looking on the status of the solar system. We got it.
Yep. I look over and I think the threat is coming from the outside in on the solar system. A lot of Orbeez have gone dark towards the rim.
Okay, well let's hope that Pluto is still up and going, because that's where that's where we think Al has kind of secluded himself.
Maybe they have a range.
No, because we're pretty far from other planets that are signaling.
No, I mean maybe they're coming from outside and they can't make it to the inside yet.
Oh,
True.
They're
Your friends
working their way.
setting up different outposts in order to do raids from there.
They did take a stab, pun intended, at reaching Earth.
But they were very quickly
They were stopped. But what was required for them to go to Earth?
energy,
A lot of it.
a lot of energy.
And
So where are they getting this energy?
all of these locations may theoretically not have enough to be able to just leap into that. So they might have to come from outside in, they maybe not, but just something to consider.
Right. So where are they getting this energy from? Is always a question.
Can I? So I have that jammer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. Can I like take a terminal and kind of isolate it to be like its own computer system that's apart from, I don't know, like a sandbox to work in, and then
I think you could just use your cell phone to connect to it and call Rupert Hayes, and it has the exact same properties as what you already
I'm
built.
not trying to call Rupert Hayes.
I'm trying to be found by Al.
I want to talk to Al.
I want to talk to Al. Well, Al, of course, needs a conduit. Al needs something to speak through, right? Communications array, sure, you could reach out to see wherever Al is, but that's opening yourself up to a lot of communications all at once. So what you're saying is you're trying to isolate and directly reach out to him. Well, the best way to reach out to Al is I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure that we all understand the same.
I bring Echo
Thinking.
into the room.
Okay, Echo is in the room.
I ask her to detach her head.
And it's given to you.
You can do that?
Sure.
She's a robot. And so I then I ensure that, it's just a head
Uh-huh.
that we're working with, not a body. And I try to use her head to talk to Al.
Make a data check.
While he's doing that, I'm going to pull Joe Thor aside and ask him, is there any way that we can save that little part of memory that's in Echo onto some chip?
Maybe, but right now we have a lot bigger issues than that. Gosh.
I agree.
Data?
But if we do,
You also have 4 chips
we could give Al a body.
if you wanted
What?
to use one of the chips.
I do have 4.
Yeah. Just
I
hypothetically.
have 4. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of an important call.
Okay. You add a plus 20 to that, right? On top of whatever your data was.
Yes,
Yep.
it was 16, so now it's
36.
That's a number.
That's a good number. Because I have an owl chart.
An owl chart?
An owl
Owl.
chart?
Yes.
You type in some buttons, you connect the head, and then in the head
Bard.
blinks hard. And you hear a hello, hello, hello.
Hello, Al. Can you hear us?
Joe Thor will whip his head around. It's like, what are you doing? Or like he will mouth, what are you doing?
Wait, sorry, wait. You wanted to talk to Al?
Yes. Wait. Memory?
Yep. She goes,
Gosh.
she goes, wait, what happened?
Well, did you know you're a robot?
Excuse me, what do you mean?
Spoiler alert.
And she goes, I can't feel my toes.
Well, and I pick up the head and point it. It's because they're over there.
And she gags as if she's gonna throw up.
Does
You
she,
see-
does
and
she
you see
recognize
her-
herself without the fake skin?
Probably not. But you see as her body over there just goes out the neck.
I say, Leonard.
Still connected?
Yeah.
I motion for Leonard to come over here.
Oh, we brought him with. Okay.
He walks over there. Hello. What's going on?
We have memory back. Now, point the head at Leonard.
Dad. Hi. And he goes, oh. I thought you died. I died? What? And she's very confused.
And I explain like how she died and how we tried to save her and
Wow.
it didn't work and how we peeled her
That's
skin
blunt.
off and
Oh. Well,
I'm a robot.
Yeah, I
she
get
says,
it.
Oh my.
thanks for bringing me along, at least. Well, I guess we're trying to talk to Al. Is that what you said?
Well, we were, but this is also interesting.
I'm glad you think it's interesting, Scott, but I'd like to be connected to my body again.
I'm afraid for the moment I don't entirely trust you to be yourself.
Fair? So what do we do?
It's because Zane likes having 2 people to play as in combats.
No.
And then I'm going to I want to check and see if there's any kind of like background processes running. Like, is this Al just pretending to be memory?
Oh, I see what you mean. You're going to have to
good
make an
call.
insight check.
Insight check.
Yeah, you're going to have to just insight.
Insight. What is that before I roll it? Do I suck at insight?
While
There it is. Okay.
while he's doing that, Joe Thor is going to try and see where the signal is coming from.
Okay, so now this is where you get you're sort of reaching out to Pluto to get into contact with them, and that's where you see this like enter passphrase.
Nice.
Okay.
And then you're like, okay, I'm kind of stopped. I don't think I can continue much farther. So you go over to another terminal, and you're trying to see where that frequency is coming from.
Yeah.
And it immediately directs you to enter passphrase. and you're getting the same. Trying to connect to Pluto, basically, is both answers.
Okay.
Is that something I would know?
Go to make a history check.
23 for mine.
23 for your insight check. You are under the impression that there is no owl to be found here right now.
Okay.
I would probably not know that. That's a 6.
6, to use one of your favorite quotes, these are old codes.
And they don't check out.
Long story short, you get a
Yeah.
like an error message.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, after kind of doing a I'm like, okay, I believe you. And then I go and I put her head back on her body
Yes.
and kind of
Let go, and then you get a sort of echo reporting for duty.
take it back off.
Mm-hmm.
And
The robot is shutting down.
but the head?
The head is just a head.
Oh.
No more connection to memory.
But it was plugged into the computer a second ago.
Well, I didn't know.
I understand.
What? That was part of it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, she was
Oh,
plugged
yeah.
in.
What
And
was that?
then-
See if the connection's still there. Plug the head back in.
Oh, goodness. All right, so I go over there, I plug her back in the computer.
You go over to the computer and you plug her back into the computer, but then Jovthor notices on the computer it says memory : Do you need help with this password?
Joe Thor will gently push Scott aside, and he will type in.
Yeah, I heard that. It's all right. It's all good. Something popped.
Yeah. Yes. Do you know what it is?
And then as Scott connects the head again, you hear, "Oh, it's so nice to have a voice back. I was in the computer. Sorry, Scott."
Oh, it's all right. I'll send you back in, and I unplug it.
And then she goes, "Oh wait, no." And then the computer continues to type. Sure, I can let you in.
Okay. Thank you. What is the? Okay. And then I'll look over to the other screens, and then I assume like little dots go by, and it
Yeah, like
unlocks.
Matrix code
Yeah,
flies across
yeah.
the screen, and then
Yeah.
eventually you're given. Basically, you see like a space map with a reticle, essentially aiming at Pluto in the distance, and you have to reorient the satellite to be in line to communicate
Okay.
based on its positioning and when you want to target it.
Right. Okay. And then do I see the same kind of icon for Earth? Because I would.
Yeah, you see. I mean,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
you have the opportunity to just scroll through where you want to aim the
Okay.
satellite. Basically.
Okay. So, all right. Guys, I think we should contact Rupert first instead of Pluto to set up the gate transfers, because Rupert needs as much time as possible.
Sure.
Probably. All right.
What do we do with memory?
We'll deal with her once we talk with Rupert. So Joe Thor will activate it so that the satellite's
You aim
oriented
it
towards the Earth.
At Earth. Okay.
Yeah, Earth.
Interesting. What are
Yeah.
you trying to say?
I'm trying to get in contact with Rupert Hayes. Like, I'll do like a video call.
Yeah,
just,
send all the video footage.
yeah.
Well, so you're connecting. So
FaceTime.
pardon the intrusion here.
Uh-huh.
You're trying to connect with an ORB that was offline.
Oh, right.
But there's
yeah.
one on the moon.
Right.
There is, and that's
yeah.
ORB2.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So then I guess I will try and contact ORB2, because assuming ORB1 is still offline.
Do you want to try?
Sure. I will see if it is
Or be one or two.
one.
ORB1 is indeed online,
Okay.
but it responds saying that we will not be taking any transports as of this current moment. Still cleaning up.
Okay. Gotcha. And then I will go to ORB2. Because Rupert Hayes knew that we were on the moon at one point. So I assume that
Yep.
Joe Thor is going to hope that he has transported from Earth up to the moon.
LatCorp responds with a verification indicating that Neptune to the moon is currently a closed lane.
Okay. I'm not trying to open up a lane. I'm just trying to communicate.
I understand.
Yeah.
you're reaching out saying, "Hey, Neptune to
Right.
to the moon, ORB." I forget what number this is off the top of my head.
Right.
But no, 2 is obviously that one. I forget what Neptune is. But basically, you reach out and you're like, "Yo, hey," and their just immediate response is blanket. The lane is closed.
Okay.
But then if you want to try to communicate, you're looking for somebody like, "Hey, I just want to talk to somebody."
Right. Emergency message on behalf of the Space Defense
SJF. Space
SJF.
Jurisdiction Force.
Yeah, Space Jurisdiction Force.
Yep. So you get a request passcode that immediately passes on as memory takes over.
Okay.
And then you're given access as basically all of the screens in the room come on with a helmeted person. It's very similar to him, except for this helmet is blue with a red visor.
Gotcha.
And you get a response that
Completely
says,
That guy looks lame.
"Yeah, well."
Ugly, as
You
Kate
get a
would say.
response, and he just says, "Call sign Zeta Falcon. Can I help you?"
Zeta Falcon, this is ORB, whatever Neptune's is.
Yeah, I can look, but-
Yeah, doesn't matter. I have a emergency that needs to be taken up with Detective Rupert Hayes and this the army. We have a galaxy-wide invasion imminent, and yes, system-wide, and I have proof that can be sent.
Of course, we would accept proof being sent our way. However, Captain Hayes is en route to Pluto.
En route to Pluto.
Send him the stuff anyway.
Yes.
We believe that he has arrived, as intergraph travel is instantaneous. Apologies for the confusion.
So, okay. All right. Understood.
Why are we not able to see you, sir? Please turn on your camera.
ORB Neptune has been attacked by a extra solar system force transmitting video evidence. Please make sure that this gets to highest levels of the military so that we for them to assess and prepare. And I will upload all the data and send it.
Understood. Thank you. Estimated backup will arrive from the moon in approximately... Hold on. Yep. All right, cool. Perfect. Sit tight. 6 months.
6 months? We don't have that amount of time.
You're absolutely right. I apologize. 7.1 months.
What?
Stop it.
I'm going to kind of interject and say we've also noticed that the creatures are attracted to large energy sources, such as the one powering the ORB on Earth.
ORB-1 is offline, soldier. We are not worried.
Just know that they can tear dimensional portals
Wait.
through space.
You're not worried? Did you know about this?
SJF Jurisdiction Level 4 has just come down from command. This communication will be terminated in approximately 10 seconds.
What?
I'm going to jump in. Commander Benogli, listen up. I'm above you. We know that. These are going to go through. You're going to take it, and you're going to suck it.
Pardon me, sir?
You heard it.
Can I get a sit rep on Benogli? And then you hear a couple of people go, "What on?" Sir, you were dishonorably discharged. I don't appreciate your tone.
Dishonorably was not what happened, but I don't care what kind of tone you think I have. This is urgent, and people's lives are at stake.
Yeah, it will be going through the proper channels. You understand protocol.
7.5 months is not enough time.
7.5 months for immediate response.
What type of defense force are you if it takes you that long?
Why can't you just use the portals?
Currently, we're having issues connecting to Neptune, which is why it's going to take 7 months to arrive to Neptune.
Make sure to shore up your defenses on Earth and the moon.
And all ORBs.
All right. We appreciate the heads up.
So Rupert
Bureaucracy.
Hayes is already here. And then we end the transmission.
Ripper
Yeah.
Haze is already on Pluto.
Yeah.
On Pluto.
Yeah.
It's called Pluto.
Oh my god.
All right.
Crap.
No. Arguably, it's a good thing.
That's where you sent him.
He trusted us.
I know.
He
Right.
trusted us to be
I just
there.
imagine
Right.
he gets there and just
Kind of double-edged sword.
immediately
Right.
dies. Sal kills him.
All right.
Al wanted him.
Joe will immediately change the position of the satellite or the disk to contact Pluto.
Yep.
When was the last time the WD-40 did that?
It's very cold. The satellite does aim now finally at Pluto.
And-
Bypass password does need to be entered. Memory takes care of that. And then you are granted access to typed communication until you would otherwise want to speak directly with the person.
ORB Neptune to ORB 21. Can you read me?
Yes, you get a response that says confirmed orbit 21.
Request a video call initiation.
You get a response that says negative level C access unavailable.
Okay.
we can't see them?
So I'll look over to Ewan and is like, any idea what that means?
Yeah, level C access just essentially means that the person who's normally in charge of video calls is unavailable.
Yeah.
Okay.
The person that is meant for face-to-face is unavailable.
Yeah. Fair.
No one's picking up the call.
No one.
Yeah. Inquiring about setting up intergap transport.
Follow-up request. Will you be sending backup?
We are the backup.
Affirmative. ETA.
ASAP.
No, you have to give an exact.
Yeah.
Approximation. Like you need to give them an exact second.
I will put in all that.
How long?
are you going to give them? Like when does the intergap activate?
No, I get
Oh,
that.
yeah.
So I'll look.
Schedule,
you
so, like,
guys-
schedule a jump.
So
and-
Right,
now's,
right.
now's time for metagaming. How long do we want to wait? We need to at least get out to the ship.
Right. And
If you
and
want to
put the
communicate with
goo-
memory, if you want to deal with some of those things,
Yeah, let's deal
you
with
can
the
put it for
memory
like
part.
15, 20 minutes and a half an hour, like whatever
Right.
it is that
Yeah,
you
just
say.
Let-
put
let's-
it like an hour.
How
or
long will it take you to get memory out of that computer?
Let's just for the sake of giving us enough time in here, let's say 2 hours.
Sure.
15 minutes. So 2 hours. Let's just say.
Yep.
You get a response that says affirmative bunker holds.
10-4.
Appreciate the assistance. See you soon.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Cool.
Communication ends.
All right.
All right.
And then I'll go over to the.
That was cool. I thought that was fun.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
bunker holds, man.
Then Joe will go over and is like, okay, memory, let's see if we can get you out of that and into your body for good.
We gotta get her out of there.
I'm going to do what I can.
I'm gonna hand.
Scott's just
I'm gonna hand Joe Thor my data chip.
See if you can put her on here. I want to see if maybe I can somehow integrate her into my armor. And maybe we'll be able to get Al in Echo's body. And we'll still have memory as part of the crew.
All right, well, let me.
You should have just said what you really thought. That it would be cool.
All right. I'll take Ewan's chip. It's like, I'll see what I can do. Let me help. Hey, Scott, you want to assist me with this? I may need multiple sets of hands and the additional intelligence.
You look at your chip that you have in your hand, and that chip is roughly about the same size as one of those fantastic chips that has a +20.
Yeah. No, I assumed that, like, Ewan gave me the chip that he
Yeah.
had because each of us had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Okay,
Yeah.
well then, yeah. But the
Yeah.
one that fits in his armor is what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Let's. So Joe Thor will go to the computer, kind of set everything up.
Oh,
be
so you're
like-
saying put her on her super chip.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, Scott, you ready to assist if needed?
I am.
All right.
I unplugged the head one last time and put it back on the body.
Echo reporting for duty.
All right.
Said you needed multiple hands.
Yep. No, you're good. All right. Joe Thor will stick the chip into the computer and start to try and isolate memory in the computer to drag her over, drag and drop.
A data check. Meaning, should you fail, this might not work.
And I
Right.
will assist.
Use the super chip.
Okay, so he's assisting using the super chip, so advantage.
Advantage and plus 20.
Yeah, advantage. If I fail this,
If you roll like a nat one, I'm
be-
just going to say it doesn't work.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. No, you have to
roll
roll
the
that.
super
That's
chip.
He has to roll 2 nat ones.
Yes,
would.
he would have to roll 2 nat ones.
Wow.
I rolled double 14.
That's kind of
So,
crazy.
So 34.
It is as it was meant to be. 14.
Memory chipped.
Cool. I will eject properly instead of just pulling the chip out as a good.
File exit.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good.
All right.
This is a
Then
real
I'll just look at the chip and it's like, huh.
The
So,
chip that you hold in
yeah.
your hand, manufactured, made by Japanese gang members.
Yes. Go on.
The,
Yep.
Go on.
the chip before you, not only do you hold, sure, a person that you may be able to interact with, but you hold a whole life. A massive 20-something, maybe 30-something. Who knows how old she is or how many times her memory has been redone, dependent upon how psychopathic the person that invented Scott is. But ultimately, that is a life in your hands that you could brutally snap. And it does strike you as you hold it.
Yeah.
Can I? So before he does anything, the holosphere I have, I've just been completely unable to use the entire campaign.
Effectively.
Go on.
Can I? Is there a spot where I can integrate? Like, can I put the chip in the holosphere and the holosphere in his armor?
Sure. Make a technology check. He's gonna try to holograph.
Awesome.
Oh, you goober.
Why not?
Why not? It's
He
fun.
wants his little Cortana, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I've been asking for this since
Trying
day
to
one.
help
Yes,
brother
we know.
out.
I know, but now it feels good.
Yes.
feels
Yes.
right.
Yes.
He's
It's
got
not
a
just-
thing.
it's not
Might
just
as well
a random-
use it. Why not?
Damn. So technology?
Yes.
Does anyone want to help me?
Sure.
Yes, Joe. Yeah, Joe Thor will.
You
Wait,
can
I can.
always give yourself help as well.
Oh, that's right. I'll just self-help. You know.
Well, Joe Thor being the technological goon that he is. Well,
You little goon.
yeah.
That's different. That's a different term in 2025, man.
Okay, the technology nerd. Technology nerd.
That's
that
better.
He is.
All right. 21.
21.
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you do
Works.
it.
All right.
Great job.
I like
man, I
it.
didn't
I
even
see
have
what
a dice game.
I see what you were saying. It makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Holosphere now have chip plus holosphere plus Ewan's armor.
I have a pen. I have an apple.
No, stop. No.
Okay. So connected all.
Are you talking like pineapple apple pen?
Yeah.
Pineapple.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
All right.
It's an older meme, but it checks
Oh,
out.
it's a good one.
All right.
My favorite is of those like videos that are similar to that is the Cucumba, the guy who does the cucumber song.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The electrolytes.
Yeah.
So we'll load it all into his armor and integrate it, and Joe Thor will just step back and be like, "Well,
Ready to see if it works.
we're waiting on you."
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the chip, put it in, and hold out my hand, see if it pops up.
A hologram of memory and how she sees herself, human, appears in your hand.
We found an alternative.
Well, I suppose this will do.
All
It's
right.
good to be back.
We missed you, you anarchist
Yay.
freak.
Thank you.
All right.
That was rude.
Oh, I want to make it perfectly aware that as long as I as long as I remain in the holosphere, I can speak with all of you. But I can also singly speak to, I guess anytime I speak at all, it will be heard by Ewan. So
All right.
Fair enough.
Ewan's got like a.
he's got a personal one-on-one if he wants to
Yeah.
go by himself, and I can interrupt and say, stop doing that.
And hopefully better rolls on technology checks.
Yes, and have the ability to have someone hack on your behalf, which is
Yeah.
good.
All right.
It's helpful.
All right, you guys. Let's prep the ship. Let's get going.
I don't have
As
much time.
we're leaving, grab anything that you think that might be useful.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
No, it's a good different game. Watch Dungeon World. That's
Yeah, well, good thing I rolled a 4.
play Star Wars Ragtag.
All right.
It was nothing. You have everything you want.
Yeah.
So you go to
pick up
the ship,
ammo.
and you guys prepare yourselves for an intergap jump. Manually, you have to line yourselves up, and actually, I think Kane leads this.
Yeah, we're gonna
process.
put the stuff on.
Kane,
Yeah.
you see this giant, basically tank tread with a big hook at the
Yeah.
end of it, and you sort of push all the way back and prepare
Luckily, still working.
the ship, right? And it all just cranks you all the way back until, tension builds, and you're gonna smash yourselves into the intergap.
Yeah, we had to ooze ourselves as well.
That's a process.
Very doable.
It's a good thing it was 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's right.
It does take a while.
Yeah, I just gave us time. All right.
You guys are
Secret
like,
of the ooze.
I imagine that you plug into a quick release plug that is going to synchronize your ship to the time that you will exactly need to enter the intergap.
Yep.
And it appears on your screen, like above on your ship, where all of the sort of holograms appear, and the timer is now going down, counting down from 10, 9, 8,
We'll have to be careful.
6.
There's a reason they didn't take this energy that it takes to do this.
2.
We'll be prepared.
Not yet. You slam into the intergap as it opens, freaking football field wide. A massive hole in space. Color emerging on the outsides. And you see all the way at the other end a small dot where all the light sort of convenes. That's your destination. In an instantaneous moment, you are experiencing no space-time yet again. Entering the intergap. Continue to fly through.
Yeah.
The momentum carrying you the way.
Right.
Keep your eyes open.
Yeah. Jovthor is going to go sit in one of the turrets. Just last time we went through the intergap, they were able to get in. So on the off chance that we're attacked again, he wants to be ready.
I'm in pilot seat. I imagine that's a given.
Makes sense?
At this point, yes.
Yep.
Leo Cray sort of claps his hands and rubs his hands together and says, "Excited to go home again."
We're just sitting in both gunner seats.
All right.
Kane has written on his arm the number of people who came in.
Fair enough.
I like it. Kane, go and make an Arcana check.
You're beautiful on the inside.
Thank you.
That was good.
18.
Oh, wow. It's not bad.
Beyond the wall of light that is reality, stretched to its thinnest point, like a gum ball about to pop. You feel beyond, just in mind, in essence, sort of a neural lock to a distant point beyond time-space.
Where?
Everywhere. But there. Beyond the wall.
What does it mean?
Do you speak to it?
Oh, that. I see. Who? What?
When, where, why, how?
No. Let's go with who. Who?
You get a sort of pseudo response that just begins like a xylophone from its highest note down to its bottom. Sort of like a feeling, like a sound. And then it enters your throat. And you speak the response for yourself. It is me. Us. We.
Do any of us notice Kane doing this?
He's in a gun somewhere else. Probably not.
Okay.
What does it mean?
You have been set to be unmade. We have made an error. You are not Primarch. You are failure.
No. No. Who? What? No, I'm not.
I just imagine Kane's having like a Luke Skywalker on Bespin moment.
I'm not like them. But why?
The universe cares little for the one, but respects the many. We are the swarm, and we are coming.
Fine then. Come.
We do not need your invitation. You're excused. The listening audience didn't see me just like bitch snap, but people who are watching and subscribe to the YouTube channel did.
Yeah.
What if they're listening and subscribe to the YouTube
Well, that's why I told them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We'll stop you. Because we have to.
We, is it?
Yes.
You and what swarm?
Maybe we do have one. We'll see.
Scott, you begin to play verbal ping pong with yourself as you go, hi, like with Echo, and eventually sort of in sync yourself. And there's like a moment where you sort of stop seeing Echo as like another piece of yourself. And you start to see Echo as yourself. And Echo can sort of occupy the same 5 foot by 5 foot square as you. Unless you choose to diverge from that space. Meaning, you can have her move freely with you without having to determine movement speed when you roll initiative. But if you choose to diverge, then that's when it becomes different locations.
Now that bit of memory is gone.
Now that you're no longer being hindered.
I don't have to hold back.
No more holding back! And Jovthor. Jovthor, you spend the better part of your experience doing what?
So, like I said earlier, he's like in a gunner. He's thinking, kind of just fiddling with his electrical rig on himself, just doing maintenance and upgrading as needed. And yeah, he's just he's thinking. He's trying to figure out where they're getting all of this power. Like, do they bring a big battery-like thing? Are they burning something to get this radiation? Or, yeah, he's thinking about that and using all of his energy expertise to think about that. And he's thinking about whether Al was right. I mean, a couple episodes ago, when the swarm attacked the ship in the Intergap, Jovthor saw for the first time just how powerful they were, and thinking back to the big mechs that we fought on Earth, seeing why Al may have been doing stuff like that, but not understanding why Al has been attacking us and seemed to be working against us. So he's just doing a lot of reflecting, kind of just deep in his own thoughts.
Look out at the wall, and there are lightning bolts sort of attached from sort of one edge of the circle to another, sort of. And it sort of gives you an idea that power is found in the exchange. Power is found in positive to negative. Power is found in the storage of those changes, whether it be through a dam, rotating the water around, whether it be through like a mill, right? Or whether it be, through the combustion or burning of a substance, or whether it be nuclear on a more molecular level. But ultimately, it's the exchange. And so there's always the what are they getting question that runs through your mind, but what are they giving crosses your mind as well.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Al was in charge of the communion at some point, took withhold of it, but we still have access to the communion.
You could converse with the communion on Earth. I don't know if you still have
Yeah.
access to the communion.
I was going to say, because that would be a way to contact Al.
Yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
did not get it. You did, despite his amazing role. You did not reach Al because, like I said, I do have an Al chart, and he did not beat it.
That's right.
But he hit
35 didn't beat it?
not right now.
Was it 50?
36.
What did you roll on the die?
That's what I rolled on the die.
36.
What did you roll on the die?
14.
14.
Right. So 14 add 20 is
34.
Oh,
34,
yeah, 34,
and
yeah.
then maybe you had another bonus in there. It didn't.
No.
It didn't beat the DC I had set for what you were trying to do.
Okay. Wow.
Damn.
Difficult.
Al is scheming, bro.
Well, we're on our way to him right now.
You are on your way to him.
We think we're on our way to him.
Yeah.
At
You're
least on our way to
You
Rupert.
get a consolation prize, memory.
I do. Yes.
I got a consolation prize.
I guess you could say, like, you have a member berry.
Well, as you
Yeah.
Should you say
stare
that?
out into the eternal blackness beyond the void, and then Pluto on your straightaway, your perpendicular horizon.
And we'll find out if perhaps when we get there, we do have a robot army. Maybe we do have our own swarm.
We will find out next time.
Nah. I didn't have it.
There we go.
Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for hitting subscribe. Thanks for catching up with us here on Orbit 21. You've been a wonderful audience. We've done our absolute best, and if you stuck around this long, you're definitely my best friend. We'll catch you next time on Roll to One, and God bless.